Your thoughts on the offense's inability to kind of get the big hit to really bring the game back together?
Yeah, I still think our effort was pretty consistent. We scored in the first, in the second, in the third, in the fifth, and the seventh. I think, we run a starter out in the second inning, so I'm not creating a conflicting answer. I still think we're having good at bats. I think we couldn't get out of the fifth inning, that close on a bag touch, set your feet, throw the ball across to first base. They did a good job, with the two-strike hitting we talked about with us last night. I mean, that's the SEC every day. That other guy is good too. And they got the 2-out hits in that moment and wouldn't let us out of the fifth. And then they got Green in the seventh. That's their primary finisher. So I tip my hat to them. In the seventh inning, we had the tying run at second base, and I thought Bristol Carter had a great at bat. Got it to 2 strikes, hit a ball hard the other way to right field. So I thought that was a good at bat. Remember, with 2 outs right there, got the double and got Bub up, so the tying run come to the plate, both the seventh and the ninth. We missed that big hit today, but I think when I look and I see that we still had a chance to score in 5 or 6 innings, they've scored in 3 innings in 2 games. I think that 5th inning was a tough one that we couldn't get out of. So hopefully, if we can stay that interested in our process, it will wind up. We didn't have a big inning today, even though we scored in these multiple innings, that something good will happen. Fisher was good till he wasn't. That's kind of been. He got out there for an extra inning today. Tilly was okay till he wasn't. Armstrong, had the 4 hits there. Just wish that would have went to the glove. We could have had a break or 2, but that's part of the game there. And I still thought we hung around and had a chance to be competitive in this ball game. At the end of the day, they scored 8 runs and they had less hits. I think they had 7 hits. So again, there were 7 freebies associated today when there was only 2 last night. I thought that made a huge difference in the game. And again, the positive for me on the mound today was huge adjustments with Watts and Murphy that looked believable to me today. They come back and got our plate back. They pitched tight and close and near to the hitters, and that was positive. So I feel like we've been consistent. We didn't play as good today as yesterday, but I think we're still trying to be consistent in how we're approaching everything. They outplayed us just a little bit today.
Well, you sort of mentioned it, but Tilly and Armstrong, especially Armstrong, the last 2 games have been really good for you, reliable, and just were they missing spots, you feel like? What was going on there?
Yeah, I guess. And Tilly gave us a couple innings there where it was pretty good. Inning and 2/3, I guess. The 1 hit. I thought the freebies capitalized. They all scored today. That was the big deal today. When it was reversed and I thought he was above 40 pitches or something, I wanted Armstrong just to handle the inning. 3 would have been better than 5. You want to pitch out of those jams, but you have to be realistic, and they wound up getting 2 additional runs. It wound up being a difference in the ball game. But I thought he was okay. We got to keep looking at the Fisher starting, and it was so electric again in the first inning. We've seen that. We're seeing the same thing over and over, and be ready for that to catch it early or put him in a different role. But who would that starter be? I don't want to get everybody shuffling, because a lot of people look good in their roles and being competitive. So we have to be convicted before we start shuffling things. But again, we get to come out here tomorrow and a chance to compete for a series.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. You do have a chance to win a series. Do you expect your team to come out and really compete tomorrow?
I do. I just want them to stay consistent the way they have the first 2 days. We're 1-1, and I do think if we have the same mindset of these 2 days is the biggest point I want to make, that we'll have a chance to be in a lot of these games and beat a lot of teams, be successful.
Going from a lefty to a righty tomorrow, is this something where it's maybe a good thing to get something different, or you've seen so many lefties recently that you'd rather just keep it going?
Yeah, I'm hoping our lefties keep drawing in closer to having these tough at-bats left on left. That'll help them moving forward. That's a really good point. And we just today finishes 6 consecutive left-handed starting pitchers against us. I can't remember that the last time that's happened. So I'll just keep talking to Gabe and keep talking to our hitters about banking something positive out of that from seeing so many lefties. But there was a lot of left, right, a lot of cat and mouse, a lot of changing in and out today. And so again, seeing all these good arms hopefully just draws us into better and better at bats.